Ah, the Steam Workshop. A wonderful place where players can add anything and everything they've ever wanted into the game they so very much enjoy playing. Today we're gonna explore the depths of ARK's modding community and install a bunch of mods, some pretty fun and niche, and some, well... The mod list can be found in the description in the form of a document, but with all that being said, it's time to load up the workshop and get to searching. In order to find mods, I relied on the most popular for the past week filter. Prehistoric creatures. What is this? Sounds good. Subscribe. Ah. Been chilling. Bro, whoa, what is this? What is this? Don't mind if I put this into Google Translate. One Piece theme building set. Streamers, please do not use this mod.
What do you mean by that?
What is this, dude? What the? There's no way people would actually download this mod, man. Dynamite Map? Siren Head. What the? Why does this exist? Wait, ARK horror mods? Yo. That would actually be cool as hell. Yeah, before you comment, I checked and there aren't any ARK horror mods, which literally broke my heart, as that could have been an actually really cool video. But yeah, buff mayhem. I'm actually planning to make a video on use this mod, but I'm just gonna get it right now. Boosted PvP and the dragon lore. What? I get the dragon lore if I download this. Well, don't mind me, I'll take... There's no way. There's no way. What the hell is this? No way. Let me save this. Okay, let's see. Are there Minecraft mods? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. What if I search? There's none. Thank you very much. Okay. Brainrot. After downloading mods for half an hour, it was time to finally boot up ARK and wait for everything to install.
2 hours later.
After adding all mods into the active mod list, all that was left for me to do was hit play. And also wait 15 minutes. And while awaiting said minutes, you should spend just 10 seconds to subscribe and also like the video, as the vast majority of you watching aren't even subscribed. Also, you should join my Discord, as I'm pretty active on there. We are in the game. It didn't prompt me to make a new character, which is very weird. Why am I white? What the hell have I installed, dude? Okay. I have the 105 character. Okay. Why do I have 3 implants? Okay, I'm in creative mode. Let me stop that. Okay, there we go. Random buff, good luck, survivor. Okay, get the wellness check. What is that? What is that? Okay, if I press F1. No, I don't want to click quit. No. What? I pressed no. What have I installed? It is actually so cursed. Anyway. As per usual, the first thing you do after installing an ARK mod is taking a look through the engrams. Okay. We have so many things to unlock. What the fuck? And this is all for level 0, by the way. Odd. Yeah, I can't really craft this. We can buy from Odd Arab's shop. Press F5. F5. Nothing is happening, but I'm pressing the button. It's obvious that some mods don't work. One mod that I installed also added some power-ups that I have access to at all times. Such powers consist of a shield, a shockwave, a magnet ability, and a torpor reducer. They sound useful, but they aren't really all that. Next, I continue looking through the engrams, which was quite a difficult task, as most mods were in Chinese. What the hell have I installed? In game, the characters are replaced by this weird letter, so I don't understand what I'm crafting. Some things were named in English and did make sense, but crafting them was gonna be very late game, I think. Yo, why can I make flak here? What? Diamond sword? How do I make a diamond? Sign coloring it to metal, okay. Let me make a stone pickaxe actually. So I need stones. For the stone pickaxe, I was going to need a crafting table, so I just made that really quickly, and after spending some time in the crafting interface, I got my pickaxe. This looks so cursed. This actually looks so cursed. And it barely works. Well, it's pretty worthless, so I threw it away and crafted the ARK stone pickaxe. Anyway, I wasn't done with the engrams just yet, so I continued browsing. Alduin saddle. Like the dragon from... No, Garden of Life, okay. There were also superheroes available to craft, such as Iron Man, Hulk, and even Thanos, and many others. However, they required some very weird crafting materials that I have no idea how to get. If that seemed crazy, well, there's also some pretty crazy armor sets available to craft. Minimal protection from injuries, my brother, you have 200 armor. Next, I found 50 wood so that I could craft a structure. Alright, bet. What the hell is going on here? Ooh, this guy looks tough. Yay, Miko is here, okay. Genshin player spotted. Okay. So, this is so tough. Okay, let me put this on. No! Brother! Walnut. This is not walnut, but I'll make it. If this doesn't work, I will actually be mad. No! As I continued browsing through the costumes, I noticed that skins actually have a gender restriction. So I called up the lady that has powers to Thanos snap me to do just that, so I can make a new character to actually see the new skins. After waking up, I saw a guy just staring me down, or so I thought. Oh, ah! Ow. These are the NPCs from the Human NPCs mod. Slight spoiler alert, they are very annoying. After taking my stuff back, I had to keep running, as otherwise these guys would catch up. Bro, leave me alone. Dude, there's so many people following me. Let me put this on. Yes, it works! I glow in the dark. That's so cool. Dude, there's so many people. There's a camp here. What is this? Let me go here. No, I'm out of sprint. No, leave me alone, dude. No, no, no. He has a sword. I'm actually gonna get destroyed. Why are there 2 billion people here? Since there were 2 million NPCs around and I couldn't really do much to them, I just let them kill me. Yeah, no. Fight for life? What is this? Press W when... Okay. Nah. After dying again, I decided to abandon my items and spawn in a different zone to get through with the early game. Also, I won't show too much progression gameplay, as something happened later in the video that made me restart on a different map. For now, I wanted to explore the cosmetics some more. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell am I doing? Okay, is there something funny here that I could make? I didn't find anything funny, but I did find some interesting skins. Do I just stay like this? Do I just actually stay like this? You know what? Sure. I'm not gonna see myself either, only when I open the inventory. Yeah, so whatever. While trying to get some hide, I got my first taste of Caveman's Path Mayhem mode. What the... Batcat... No! 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 I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna kill it. Easy. Killing certain creatures can give GG tokens which can be spent at the GG buying station for various things such as armor, buffs, saddles and tools. There was also another station available that allowed me to craft money. The problem was that money was very expensive, and it also didn't help that most items that were crafted with said money costed hundreds of money. So on average for one item I would need what, 50,000 black pearls? How do I even get that many? What does this potion do? I wonder. Okay. With those stations out of the way, I crafted the improved cloth set and made a heartbreaking discovery. No, can I not wear it with... No! Oh, no, well, my days of being an anime girl are officially over. Fun 2 minutes. After that, I began wandering the beach, which led me to find a literal anthill, and since I was going to need chitin, I made sure to slime out every single ant. As night fell, I ran into a beautiful level 145 Pteranodon. Before taming it, I was gonna need to do some preparations. And of course, before doing said preparations, I must show you this. Yo, we got so much stuff. I got a Chibi Raptor. Basilosaurus War Saddle. Interesting. If it wasn't obvious, that's the GG loot crate. It pops up in my inventory randomly from tiers 1 to 3 and gives increasingly better loot. Another discovery I made is that killing certain stronger things can drop a GG token back, which can be exchanged in the GG station for 10 tokens. Now with these extra tokens I could make a better bow. However, reading the fine print does pay out, as this thing can only use crystal arrows, which are very expensive for my current stage of progression. So instead of that, I crafted the cobalt steel pickaxe, which is slightly better than the metal one, as well as a sword. And by actually using said sword, I was able to effortlessly replenish my token supply. As I was returning back to the station, I ran into the 145 Pteranodon, so I quickly bowled it and then put it to sleep with tranks that I previously crafted. Next, I exchanged the tokens, crafted the cobalt steel hatchet as well as the Pteranodon War Saddle, which is just like the normal saddle, but gives a permanent weight bonus. And as I was looking through the station some more, I found an appetizing potion that removes all food from a dino, significantly speeding up the taming process. That's super strong. Anyways, we got it, and now I can put this on. Since the beach fulfilled its purpose, I picked up the token station and began exploring. What is this? Is this a... What are you? This is a Techleistersaurus. Some mod that I installed adds a bunch of tech variants that can be killed for a bunch of rare resources. As I kept wandering around, I found myself up on a hill with a bunch of metal. So without wasting any time, I cleared it of baddies, harvested some crystals so I could make a super spyglass, and then began looking into what forge to craft. Industrial mini forge, sounds good. May explode. No, don't explode. Since the industrial mini forge was pretty much the only affordable one, I crafted it and turned it on. One slight problem is that it uses wood to smelt, but also burns wood. Way quicker compared to metal. I think it should be fine though. Next, I got to farming some metal, which is when I noticed this. You need to sleep, lie on a bed. What if I don't? Apparently some mod that I added has the requirement to sleep, which ended up being a very annoying feature that I had to deal with. Now, of course, if I don't sleep, all that would happen is I would start getting torpor, which could hinder my progression. But after waking up, I hopped on my Pteranodon and headed out to kill a bunch of human NPCs to get my revenge for earlier. Defeating them also had the opportunity of giving me some very good loot. 74 organic polymer, this guy was loaded, are we serious? I could also destroy their homes, but other than that, nothing too crazy. Regardless, it was time to continue exploring the map, looking for something to actually tame. That looks so this looks so tough. I've seen this guy, which I might tame. He's level 20. He does have a lot of health though. Oh, speaking of new dinos. Since that Demon Tapejara was gonna need a whopping 42,000 torpor to knock out, I put down a mortar and pestle so that I could then craft the new and improved ranks. One slight problem, and that was my lack of narcoberries. Thankfully, that is pretty easy to solve by knocking out the Perecer and using him for just a few minutes. Unfortunately, bushes were pretty scarce on this map, so I only managed to get 1 × 50 narcotic going, which probably won't suffice. So I upgraded my bow to a crossbow and continued farming bushes for the rest of the day, which allowed me to get 1 more times 50 as well as 1 times 25 narcotic. Last thing I had to do was turn them into arrows and make my way back to the Tapajara. No, don't get spooked. No. That's my bad. Since I spooked it, I now had to wait for it to land again, so in the meantime I looked for the engrams again. Chameleon, with chameleon ingots, whatever that is. This is pretty useful, but how do I get rare ingots? That's a real question. There were so many new things that I could literally spend an hour just looking at engrams. After done, I resumed waiting. For a very long time. I waited so long in fact that my character started getting sleepy, so I had to go home to sleep. Not before opening a GG treasure chest though. Yeah, why is this so expensive? Well, this king gotta go. Apparently, this suit gives me the explorer buff, but I got no clue what that thing does. I hate this mechanic. I don't know which mod added it, but I freaking hate it. After waking up, I got right back to exploring the map for new creatures. This is also when I realized what could cause this drought, so to speak. Since I'm playing a modded map with old mods, they probably don't know that they can spawn dinos in certain spawn regions, which leads to, well, nothing spawning. Not to mention that this map is literally 60% water, so yeah, I'll probably have to change it. But for now, I'm just gonna continue my search. What? Oh, we're back. Oh, the underpearl saved me. Back to what I was doing. Grendel, hello. What the hell is that health? Do I tame him? Can I even tame him? He's 150. I might try to tame him. But I don't know if I can deal that much torpor in one go, dude. You know what? You don't try, you don't know. And you're expecting me to believe that that is 50 times stronger than normal. He has torpor reduction. There's no way he doesn't. Since I couldn't find a cool dino anywhere, I left the game to add a new mod, and 15 minutes later I came back with the Creature Finder Deluxe mod, which is gonna allow me to search for every single creature on the map. So I can put in Blaze Dragon, and there is a Blaze Dragon on the map. That is very cool. Chameleon Spino. Okay. Hello. What's going on here? What's exploding? Primeval Centrosaurus. Oh hey, Chameleon Spino. Well, since this guy also had way too much torpor for my liking, I abandoned the idea of taming something cool and instead found this Blaze Pteranodon. Now yes, it did have more torpor than the Spino. However, Pteranodons have a 3 times damage increase when hit in the head, and this also applies to torpor dealt. No. Oh, no, we're fine, we're fine. After it tamed, I hopped on its back and it was time to see exactly what it could do. Okay, now we are very, very fast. And how much damage do we do? That's the real question. Let's see. 3k? That's it. That's so bad. That's actually so bad. But we have way more stamina, so we should be fine. With the new Pteranodon acquired, I returned back to base where I explored the GG station a tiny bit more, which is where I found this. Unfortunately, as I went to test them, I realized that they don't work. So I said screw this, grabbed my parasaur and got to farming a bunch of narco berries and spoiling a lot of meat so that I could continue looking for something actually good to tame. Jungle Crag Cat. The Jungle Crag Cat is basically a cooler Phylacoleo with varying variations. Okay, that sounds stupid. But as I was preparing to engage him, the game decided to get straight to business. Nice! Okay, GG. Oh my god, dude, the stupid f***ing effect, and I can't go back! I can't go back because I don't have a Pteranodon, oh my god! Quick clarification, by the way, my old Pteranodon was used to reclaim my loot after I died, and I kept it in my inventory ever since, as I haven't returned home. Now I didn't show that death because it didn't really matter, except this fact, which is why I'm telling you right now. You know what? Screw this map. Since I got tired of this map, I deleted its save file, upped my harvest and XP rates from 3 to 15 and 4 to 15 respectively, and loaded in on the all reliable The Island. Okay, here we go. We are on the island, actual good map, and we are ready to get started. I kept my guy. What is this thing, dude? Hyneria. Hello. You already know how the early game goes, so I shall spare you the details. While doing that, I remembered about the Dragon Lore mod that I saw a while back. Yo. Now you could argue that this is cheating, but in the context of this video, does it really matter? After all, I am just here to have fun and share the experience. No ammo. Well, we gotta get some ammo for it, but I got a freaking Dragon Lore, bro. As I was trying to make my way towards the local mountain, some piranhas got the best of me. On the bright side, I got to seeing the other two snipers from this mod. The first of those being the GTA Heavy Sniper, and the second one being a literal Call of Duty sniper that you would see everywhere in MLG edits. Yeah, anyways, I'm still loyal to my Dragon Lore, so I took it back, farmed a bit of crystal, and then continued along the local beach. There, I had a revelation. Siren Head, wait! Hello? Okay. Oh my god. Ah, yeah, dude, I lost all my progress. Okay. Fucking trash game. Okay, give me the Dragon Lore. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give myself 10 bullets. Also, it's not cheating. It literally doesn't matter. This video is just for fun. There's no challenge involved. So, let me make this. And let's see how much damage this does. And goodbye. Well, that's quite a lot of damage. I won't give myself more than 10 bullets though, so if I waste them, I can't make more for a while. It is quite obvious what I did with the vast majority of bullets though, let's be honest. Pfft. Get destroyed, dude. Oh, want the bullets now? I don't have the bullets, that's the bad thing about it. I keep missing, I'm actually bad at this game. But yeah, that's quite good damage. Primal Fear levels of damage. Next, I began looking for some crystal again, and the hill that I went to didn't really have any. This is where a local drop came in clutch. Wait, crystal. Ah, what the hell, that scared me. No. Whew. I made me jump. In order to freely progress, I retreated to the local beach where I built some refining forges to start smelting metal. Metal that I didn't have. Regardless, I made the improved cloth set and then killed a Sarco. And no tokens. Disappointing. Dude, you piece of shit fucking dogs. After that, I opened a loot crate that gave me many things, amongst which was an Ascendant sword, so I'm definitely gonna be using this for a while. Moving on, I packed my bags and set out towards a better base location. On the way, I realized that swapping maps ended up being a good choice. What is going on, dude? Deviant Allosaurus. What? Stomp, Guardian of the Beach. Yeah, I can see he looks like a Guardian of the Beach, man. I have no clue who or what this Guardian guy is, but he's gonna have to die. Before that, I must find a base spot. So I figured that maybe going to Herbivore Island would be good. Unfortunately, amongst the many mods that I downloaded, I also added the stronger Lidzichtis into the game. Oh no, it's coming. I think that thing's gonna sink my raft. And it's very, very fast. Dude, this is actually scary. Holy Subnautica, dude, don't kill me. Don't sink me. GG. Okay, well, I need to get rid of this leech ASAP. In order to get rid of the leech, I tried dying. But that didn't work. But by using some dark magic, I removed the leech from my dead body, which also removed it from my alive body. Yeah, don't question it. And so, I was back on the road again, where I ran into the Tinkerer. Clueless, I decided to approach him with malicious intent. He, for one, wasn't really appreciative of my plan. What the hell is he doing? Oh, nice. Thankfully, he did show sportsmanship as he allowed me to take my items back. However, I wasn't really looking for a rematch as I continued making my way towards my backup base spot, which was the lava cave. Once inside, I built some stuff, crafted some stuff, and then had to go find some metal. Can I find some metal in this cave? Maybe not. Since exploring the cave wasn't going to be a possibility, I decided to make my way towards the northeastern mountains. On the way, the game kept praising me for my decision to swap maps as everywhere I looked, I ran into new things. Going to the mountain itself was sadly not going to be a possibility as the swamp was guarded by some very strong creatures that would destroy me instantly. Okay, we need to find metal some other way then. Paste golem, hello. No, that's pretty big for a small puddle thing. It also didn't help that the local hill didn't have any metal either, but regardless, I continued walking. Alpha Wyvern, what? What is happening? And I can't find metal anywhere. Okay, I will settle for river rocks, like the poor people. Maybe I don't. What the hell is this raptor doing? He's so fast and just killed this guy in 3 seconds. I'm out. Since I didn't find anything anywhere, I returned home where I looked for the high level engrams. Bad omen. Take a dragon. Hello. There's also a bunch of bosses to spawn and kill, but most summoners either require some stupidly rare resource or just flat out unknown resources. As I was browsing the GG station again, I noticed that I can craft a Timu scuba set. So I crafted the fins and used them to effortlessly make my way to Herbivore Island. Literally 10 seconds after arriving, I ran into these two dudes. Two 130s. Sadly, I didn't have my tranks with me, but that's alright as the reason why I came here is to get the metal. With metal acquired, I returned home to smelt it all and also craft a meat spoiler. The way this works is you put meat into it and it spoils way faster than normal. It's pretty self-explanatory. Spoiled meat is sadly only half the battle with narcotics, so to fix the other half I went back to Herbivore Island to knock out and tame a Pteranodon. Then I used that Pteranodon to go and rank a Ferezino. After it tamed, I instantly cryopodded it and then went over to Herbivore Island to farm a bunch of narco berries. Wood has no weight in his inventory? That's pretty OP. I like that a lot. It was also at this time that I got a bunch of Easter eggs from somewhere, so I just gave one to my Ferezino, which made him faster and gave him some pretty colors. I'm harvesting so many things, I'm literally lagging every time I press C. This is insanity. 184. Yo, I got so much stuff from killing that guy. With that farming session concluded, I got 44,000 narco berries. Definitely a healthy amount, and by combining those with the spoiled meat I already had, I was able to make a lot of high tier rank arrows. Since all I've done is praise these arrows by now, I think it's time I also go over their major downside. 420 weight for these arrows. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. Regardless, with these arrows obtained, I decided to use them to trank a local divine gorilla. Yeah, that's pretty strong. He should fall soon. I hope he doesn't fight the hellspawn. Don't fight the hellspawn. Okay, perfect. Next, I gave it one of those potions to lower its hunger and waited for him to tame. Now I think you're pretty curious to see what he can do, because I am as well. But he's not too good at dealing damage. Wait, I can shoot, this is so cool. Yo, I can blast him and just consume stamina, that's actually so cool. He could also throw a rock that looks like he could deal a lot of damage, but it really doesn't. His low damage also made fighting literally anything with a significant health pool an actual struggle. Oh, and if something has knockback reduction, then my monkey is literally useless. I can't attack, man. What the hell is this bullshit? Oh my god, holy boring. Well, I lost my monkey. I need to go make another. Nah, I was about to say it's f***ing Noglin. Whatever.
A few inches later.
Nah, I can't take my stuff back. Who is this guy, dude? Sneaking to grab my items back didn't really work on the sneak, so I respawned, and while looking for something, I remembered about Siren Head. Ooh. Before going to Siren Head though, I was gonna need my stuff back. Luckily he didn't go back underground this time, so I was able to lead him far away from my items. Dude, he's so big he can't even fall down. Okay. With my gear equipped, I hopped on my Pteranodon to go see Siren Head for myself. Well, he's between trees, so seeing him ended up being quite a bit hard. He is actually so tall. I will wanna kill this guy. Is he coming towards me? Not really doing anything. Well, that was pretty much all I could do for now, but since I was close, I decided to go pay Carno Island a visit as well. Neovenator. Giga, hello! Now, personally, I'm under the impression that no matter what mod you play, the Giga will always be good to have, so I knocked him out, led the Neovenator away, and finished taming the Giga. As I was heading back, I found this. What is this? Spider Queen 810. Dude, how am I supposed to do this much damage? I'm still one. This looks pretty deadly. Okay. How do I deal this much damage actually, without using the Dragon Lore? Those were questions that future me will have to find an answer to. As for now, we got a Giga to test. Dude, this is a Giga. This is a Giga. This is actually a Giga. The reason why this Giga is so weak is because this isn't a normal Giga, but rather a reworked version. The way it works is you can fill up the rage bar, which gives you more speed and damage. That's it. But I still find him pretty lacking. So, back to the drawing board. Let's see what kind of flare I can trank. What do we have here? We do have the dragon. I don't know what I need for the dragon. Let me think. Let's see here. Alpha Thunder Phoenix. Sounds good. Only one. All the way in the Thunder. Not surprised. Dragon Tameable. High. The problem with the dragon, I feel like, is that he might need a saddle, so instead of risking it, I decided to just prepare to go to the Alpha Thunder Phoenix. In order to significantly speed up my trips, I invested in 2 awesome teleporters as well as a remote. If you don't know what it does, well, it's a teleporter. What could it even do? After arriving in the snow, it didn't take long for me to realize that this biome is quite dangerous actually. Okay. Okay. So I let him be and went to the Phoenix. Only to realize that... it's not immobile. No. Cool, we escaped. Just barely. Since tech wyverns exist, and they're tameable, I wanted to get one of my own. Got him. Turn it on down, but I got the thing. So then, what can this guy do? For starters, it's a wyvern, it has a breath attack and all, but the special thing about it is the fact that it can freeze things caught in its breath for long enough. In terms of damage, he wasn't anything to write home about, but compared to what I have been using, this guy is an absolute beast. While using my new best friend, I got into a fight with a gorilla and a lightning wyvern, and the reason why I'm saying this is because this is the first time that my wyvern got the fear debuff, a debuff that makes your dino unrideable for 15 seconds. In order for me to not die, the game activated my power shield ability, which was very welcome and actually saved me for just a few seconds. No, dude. So I respawned, ran through the swamp and returned to ride my wyvern and take revenge on that stupid monkey. Weirdly enough, the wyvern was gone, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just died to something. As I was trying to live on my wyvern, I kept getting feared. by something. I have no clue what was doing it, so I just tried ignoring it. Why do I... What? Dude, why do I keep getting feared? Who fears me? Truth be told, it was pretty hard to ignore, as every 10 seconds I spent in the air, I would spend 15 seconds just waiting. Now, fear again. Who keeps fearing me? What? Because no matter what I did, the game kept fearing my wyvern, I decided to go and tame a crack cat. You know, the thing that made me rage quit on the old map. As it turns out, it exists in many different elements, such as volcanic, snow, mountain and forest. I didn't know which one was best, so I just picked snow. On the way, I found this dude just chilling. Mini Manticore 2 million have. I would love to tame it though. But how do I deal that much torpor? And it wants me. It doesn't. First step when taming something without a trap is to clear out the surrounding area. And, you know, don't die to the thing you're trying to tame. Pretty obvious. Yo, what the hell is that damage? Jeez. Relax, bro. Whoa. 3k. 3k is not exactly a lot of torpor, but that's exactly why I farmed so many arrows. The way I was planning to knock out this cat was by using the Timu scuba flippers to have more speed than him, which worked like a charm. Also, I gotta say I really like his skin, but I think I said this earlier. To make a saddle for him, I was gonna need a Golden Age workbench, which needed just 48 more stone to craft. Nah. No, I'm gonna be here until forever. No. No, caveman, if you're watching this, dude, oh my god, Caveman is the guy who made the mod, by the way, dude. As far as I know, I'm gonna be here until he breaks my armor. And it's gonna take him 10 years to break my armor, and I'm taking 0 damage. Oh no, I'm taking damage. I'm taking 1 damage every 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 every 4 hits. Yeah. It already takes me 15 minutes to get into the game. I think I just kill him. I still have to wait for my torpor to drop, which is gonna take a while. Now before you grab your pitchforks, let me get my point across. If I was to let him attack me for probably an hour, you wouldn't see most of that, as I would just cut it out, and I wouldn't pay attention as I would just go outside or something. So me killing him is better for the video and me posting faster. It's a win-win situation. Triple win actually if you include me harvesting him for a lot of resources. But anyway, I got my saddle and now it was time to see what this snow cat could actually do. Besides looking badass, of course. Well, this is the first dino that actually did some good damage, especially after dumping some levels into melee. No! With that being said, he's far from invincible. If I kill it, I think I just spam heal and kill it. Since this snake tried to kill me, and since his friend did kill me, I decided to end him to see what I would get. God bless this splashed me, dude. Most broken thing I added to this mod pack. Whatever, you get what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and a boom. Loot? Nah. All that for nothing. Alright. While I could kill a bunch of things and tank a lot with the help of splashed meat, I must remember that I am by no means the strongest entity on the map. No, 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 no. Moving on, I resumed killing things I knew I could kill, such as this alpha wyvern, which gave me the wyvern glove skin that I really enjoy, as well as a bunch of other modded dinos, like this pestilence griffin that gave me the crystallized torp. Used to make torp items. Huge info. A hellspawn that I beat, which is just a reskin baby reaper, gave me a power core. Power core? What's that? Cobalt steel tech weapons. Alright. Next, I found the crystal Acatina. It had a lot of health, but wouldn't fight back. So, I tried killing it. I'm gonna be here for a while. I couldn't help but wonder what insane riches I would get from killing this Acatina. Maybe a super strong weapon? Maybe some ascendant armor pieces. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Yep, okay. After such disappointment, I needed a break, which is why I went home to upgrade my structures. For my next trick, I was gonna need an artifact, and the easiest way for me to get that is to run my local cave. The reason as why I wanted this artifact was so that I could make the ARK speed potion. This thing does literally what the name implies. It permanently increases your creature's speed by however much you chose and can be toggled on or off. But now the actual reason as to why I wanted this increased speed was so that I could go out and look for a better crossbow. It's become a tradition at this point. Nice. As I was very quickly making my way back, I opened my map and noticed the existence of Raging Archer. Usually, if something appears on the map, that means it's very strong and very important, which is exactly why I took my wyvern and items back and made haste towards Carno Island. What the hell is going on? That's the thing I have to kill? What? No, 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 no! Yeah, taking my items back was very easy with the use of the awesome teleporter, but since the game refused to give me a better crossbow, I brought out the big guns, namely the upgrade station. This structure allows you to use resources required to craft something to upgrade it to a tier higher. The more you upgrade, the more expensive it gets. Hell yeah, that was 1000 niggas though. Since I was here, I also upgraded my ghillie once so it could tank just a bit more, although at this stage, pretty much anything would one-shot me. Next, I had to replace my flyer, and what better thing to tame than a griffin. There were a lot of things to choose from, but the one that I went for was the pestilence griffin. Unfortunately, he didn't take a lot of torpor, so tranking him was gonna take a while. Due to his low health, I also had to give him things to eat to then heal up. The tranks I was using weren't gonna cut it, so after looking through the available ones, I noticed that I can craft tier 6 trank arrows. These are very expensive, so I'd better not miss. They also dealt a crazy ton of damage compared to anything I've been using, and as I was knocking this guy out, I forgot to hit him, which meant that I was gonna have to wait before resuming shooting him. He did get a big chunk healed after killing this Titanoboa, but that didn't help me too much. And it also didn't help that he just took to the skies and kept flying. At this point I didn't really have much to do except, well, wait. I did try to climb up the local tree and then jump at him, but that obviously didn't do anything. I have no clue why I tried that. I did like being up on the trees, so I climbed back only for the game to remind me that I'm at the mercy of Mr. Caveman's mod. In order to make it back, I had to climb up the trees with grapples, and just when I thought that I was going to have to wait 30 minutes for the griffin to fall, I found this guy. Looking at this dragon, you might wonder, how is this going to help you exactly? Well, I'm glad you asked. Basically, since the dragon is so big, I plan to ride him to cut off the griffin's path and shoot him in the head. Nice. We're actually gonna get him, dude. Now I just need to wait for this to fill up, which is gonna take so much less time. I hope I'm actually gonna be able to convey how difficult it was to knock this guy out while editing, like in the actual video. So yeah, I didn't really do a good job at that, I'm gonna be honest. However, just know that it took about 30 minutes for this guy to heal. So yeah, I'm just glad it's over. Yeah, buddy. What? What is this damage? What have I tamed here? Oh, but it does a lot of torpor. Okay, I got you now. Yeah, those 57k just like that. While the Pestilence Griffin may deal very laughable damage, it does not deal laughable torpor. This thing also scales with melee damage, by the way, so yeah, I guess arrows are a thing of the past now. But yeah, this is very cool. I like this so much. I like this a lot. I will use him 100k, dealt 100k with a dive bomb. I'm gonna use this guy to go team more pestilence things, such as the Sergeant Davis right here, so that in case things go south, I have something to come back to. Besides the Sergeant Davis, I also went over to tame literally all pestilence griffins on the map. Besides having them as backup, I also wanted to try to breed the griffins. Unfortunately, they didn't have the enable mating function, only enable wandering. So I trapped them in some pillars to prevent them from going too far, but after enabling wandering, I realized that they can't breed. So I just let them be, and went out to tame the manticore that I saw all those hours ago. The way I was planning to trank him was by abusing dive bombs, as the griffin deals way more damage while dive bombing, which directly influences torpor dealt. So, in just a few swoops, the manticore had no choice but to go to sleep. GG. Awesome. Yeah, I can ride him, that's awesome. Oh my god, he's so slow, glad I have this potion. Okay, so, how much torpor can he deal? He does the attack, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, can bite. You know, it does take a genius to realize that this manticore fucking sucks. Especially when compared to the absolute unit that the Primal Fear manticores are. Oh well. Moving on from that disappointment, I wanted to kill one of the summoner bosses from earlier. For some weird reason, their health completely plummeted from almost 2 million that they had to just a mere 4k. Now don't get me wrong, I was still terrified of them, but that won't stop me from dive bombing. Wyvern Ultima level 2000. Who is this dude? And why is this boss level 10,000? That's my real question. And goodbye. We got a lot of stuff. Okay, we got this thing, Heart of Havoc. No idea what this is. No idea what this is. We got this thing, which seems useful. Oh, it's just X saddles, okay. 10 gold ingots. I got from beating that guy, and I need 600, okay. Defeating this guy gave me a whole lot of rare items, as well as some seed packets that can give you seeds for pretty much anything in the game. Now personally I got lucky and got literal element seeds, so I immediately planted them. Quite a weird reaction, especially considering that I never reopened this crop plot. But anyway, I killed another boss that gave me nothing useful and then continued wandering the map. Dude, why are so many things not tameable? Like, they look cool, but they're not tameable. That's so boring. Lava Stega, nah, not tameable. Since no matter what I did, I couldn't find a strong and cool looking dino to tame, I went back to an old friend. You see, the Jormungandr has a lot of health, damage and torpor, so by that logic, he must be good, right? Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess. Well then, Okay, we might be in business. What does right click do? Oh, it shoots a beam. And there's a lot of damage. My game is lagging every time I bite, like it freaking stops working for a second. Hello boss, to test out my abilities on. And he died. My game stopped. No, dude! Did it crash? I think it crashed. No! After joining back, I decided not to waste time again and instead went straight to retaming the Jormungandr. Afterwards, it was time to go tie up a loose end and see what Sirenhead could do. Oh yeah, it's getting wrecked. And he died. He did. Nice. Retrieving my items, I could now look over the spoils of war, and to be honest, nothing really stood out. That is, if you exclude the things I have no idea how to use, and the skins. Nah. After retrieving my snake, the game dropped an announcement. Rain, Guardians of Oceans has spawned. Oh, I wanna go kill the Guardians as well. True. And he died. Scary Skull, Hole, and Soul. Guardian Workstation. And I can't make that. Awesome. Unfortunately, I got absolutely no clue how I'm supposed to get the Guardian Workbench, and killing this Redwood Guardian also didn't improve my position. So, since I was lost and didn't know what to do, and there were also a lot of things left to explore, and many of them were kinda inaccessible, I decided to go home and jump on creative mode to test them out freely. The first thing I did with my newfound god powers was spawn in a superhero. Oh wait, I got Deadpool. What do you mean I tamed the Deadpool? Yo, we got freaking Deadpool. Wait, right, what do you mean? Oh. Yo, wait, this is actually super cool, hold on. 2 point what? 25 million health, okay. How much damage does he deal? Bam, one shot. 75 million damage. You know, I actually think that it's a good thing that the superheroes are uncraftable, as otherwise, how the hell do you justify this much damage and health on something? Oh yeah, and this is just one superhero, as there are a bunch others, such as 4. Okay, let's see. Can I throw it? Yo, what's happening? 1.9 billion damage, by the way. Okay, so right click. Oh wait, I can fly. Can I fly? No, I can just jump. Next, I got to trying out everyone's favorite villain, Thanos. Okay, let's see here, what... We are hitting the integer limit and we're dealing negative damage. Well, there's not really much to say, except that this guy can one-shot everything in existence. Which is kind of fitting if you think about it. Yep, we hit the cap. There's not really anywhere to go from here. Next up, we got to test Kratos. He just spins, jumps fast and far, and does big damage. Next up was Hulk, and to be honest, this guy is probably the weakest superhero in this lineup, which is a shame, but if you think about it, he's the only balanced one. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we got Iron Man. I can fly! I believe I can fly. Yeah, yo. Okay, this is the best one so far. Damage? Brrr. Yeah, best one so far. This is so fun. Wait. Okay, flying straight up is pretty hard. Next up, Spider-Man Noir. Quite slow and mobility lacking, but definitely not damage lacking. Amongst all of these, the one I enjoy the most is still Iron Man. So by using him, I went to Carno Island to kill Raging Archer. Like him a lot. Okay, we are here. Revenge. Goodbye. You killed my wyvern and I took your life. Raging Archer, hello. Damage limit, huh? Since he's still the Alpha King Titan at his core, he has a damage cap of 30k. So killing him can't be as easy as pressing click, but it is as easy as pressing click many times. God, that was a tongue twister. GG's, he's out. He's just a King Titan. Alpha King Titan, I mean. Yeah, okay, what do we get? Defeating him gave me an insane amount of loot boxes to open. And amongst the many things that I got this flag. Yeah. Anyways, as I said before, I got a bunch of gear, saddles, blueprints, armor, tech, and so on. Doesn't really serve any purpose anymore, but yeah, really cool that this guy is actually so loaded. Last thing I wanted to do before finishing this video was trying out the various boss summoners that have been added. You know what? Goodbye. Goodbye. Defeating the Island of Life gave me a bunch of element and some sort of things that goes into the costume slot of dinos and empowers them. Now sadly there's not really anything to empower in Iron Man, as he's already as strong as the game allows, but yeah. Torch Summoner, let's see. Summon the Torch. 3.5 million health. Yeah, he seems way stronger than the other guy. Okay, but this boss is actually really cool. I love the design on this one. It's really freaking cool. But yeah, goodbye. Defeating Torch gives you a thing to turn a regular Dodorex into Torch, as well as his chibi, which was pretty cool. Next boss was the Tech Broodmother, which is just a slightly reworked version of the Broodmother with a tech skin. Ooh, it's not a normal boss. That's cool. Goodbye. Defeating it gave me the Crafting Orb, an incredibly unique item actually, unlike anything that I've ever seen in ARK. So basically, you throw it down and then you can see some crafting recipes. You can then craft said recipes by throwing in it the things that it asks from you. And the things you could craft were also pretty darn interesting. Predator Aura. Holy shit. Dude, that's so cool. Next, Tech Megapithecus, same story, same drops. There were also the Tech Manticore and Dragon, but I spawned both of them in at the same time, so they just bugged. And last but not least, a random assortment of regular dinos turned into bosses with slightly different sprites. To be honest, they were pretty cool and defeating them gave a lot of gear as well as unique chibis and dino costumes. The Lightning Wyvern was also different, as by killing it you could get the egg to hatch your own. I always love when bosses do that. But with that being said, I quit my Iron Man suit and made my way to the Overseer's Arena for a glorious ending. Or that was my plan as I fell through the floor. Iron Man didn't get teleported and I also couldn't land to do anything. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, the boss also refused to spawn. Yeah, well, I guess more of the story is to not play ARK with 90 mods.